The Belle Haven community is at risk of coastal flooding. Act now to protect the life you've built. Fairfax County has miles of beautiful shoreline and wetlands along the tidal Potomac River. However, living close to the river means some neighborhoods are at risk of flooding. So, what is coastal flooding? There are several reasons for flooding in areas adjacent to coastal waters, and it can even happen on a sunny day. The primary causes are flooding during extreme high tides, also known as king tides, and storm surge from tropical systems and strong winds. And if it rains during periods of high tides, the potential for flooding increases. Sea level rise has the potential to make today's king tides become the everyday tides in the future. Coastal storms have strong winds that can drive water on shore. These systems can also bring in large amounts of rainfall, and that can make flooding worse. Belle Haven is one of Fairfax County's 30 designated watersheds. Its watershed includes dike marsh and drains directly to the Potomac River. There are 3 residential communities and 2 commercial areas in the watershed that are at risk from coastal flooding from the Potomac. These communities include River Towers Condominiums, Bellevue Condominiums, the New Alexandria Community, the Bellevue Shopping Center, and the Belle Haven Professional Condominiums. The county operates 2 tidal control facilities in New Alexandria, which is the community most at risk of flooding from high tides. The New Alexandria Pump Station was built in the late 1980s and is located in the Bellevue Shopping Center, on the southern edge of the 59-acre drainage area that it serves. This drainage area is protected from tidal events of up to an approximate elevation of 7.5 feet. The New Alexandria Tide Gate was built in 1994 and is located on the tidal creek that passes under I Street. The Tide Gate protects the 44-acre drainage area it serves from high tides and tidal surges up to an approximate elevation of 7.5 feet. The pump station and tide gate provide protection up to the 25-year event, but not for larger events. This means your home is at risk if a larger event, for example, a 50 or 100-year event, occurs. Over a 30-year period, the probability of a 25-year or larger event occurring is more than 70%. Homes in New Alexandria, which have first floors, crawl spaces, and accessory structures at the lowest elevations, have increased flooding risk when tidal surges exceed the control elevation of 7.5 feet at the pump station or tide gate. For the Bellevue condominiums, there are basement units that are also extremely vulnerable when storm surges exceed an elevation of 8.0 feet. In September 2003, Hurricane Isabel produced a record storm surge along the Potomac of 9.6 feet. A mandatory order in advance of the surge resulted in the evacuation of a large number of residents from Belle Haven. This animation illustrates what happened as the storm surge approached the area just after 7 p.m. on September 18, 2003, and flooded the entire neighborhood. 160 homes and 60 condominium buildings were impacted by the storm surge. Isabel was the first large major flooding event to affect the county in 30 years and the first ever to require the evacuation of a large number of residents. The impact of flooding can be devastating. Just a few inches of water can cause tens of thousands of dollars in damage to your home and belongings, and the standard homeowner's insurance does not cover flood damage. Also, flooding can cost lives. The National Weather Service issues forecasts for the tidal Potomac year-round. They also issue alerts when flooding is possible or expected. A coastal flood watch means there is potential for coastal flooding. This may pose a risk to life and property. When a watch is issued, stay tuned and be prepared to use your emergency plans. A coastal flood advisory means minor or nuisance coastal flooding is occurring or imminent. While less severe, it's still important to stay cautious and avoid unnecessary travel. A coastal flood warning means moderate to major coastal flooding is occurring or imminent. This poses a serious risk to life and property. In such cases, follow all local advisories and be prepared to evacuate if necessary. Stay informed, stay prepared, and stay safe. Your awareness can make all the difference. You should also take steps to protect the life you've built. The new Flood Mitigation Assistance Program is a cost-sharing, reimbursable grant to support residential installation of resiliency projects in and around residents' homes. Fairfax County's Flood Mitigation Assistance Program, FMAP, provides funding to homeowners to help safeguard their properties from flood damage. The program, which reimburses 50% of eligible flood-proofing project costs, up to $5,000 per property, supports residents in strengthening flood resilience. FMAP is funded by Fairfax County and administered by the Northern Virginia Soil and Water Conservation District. It's designed to help homeowners, HOAs, condo associations, and places of worship implement flood mitigation projects. Renters may also apply with the property owner's permission. Flood insurance provides peace of mind, knowing you're protected from the financial impact of flooding. The cost is minimal compared to the cost of repairs after a flood. It's underwritten by FEMA's National Flood Insurance Program. Being resilient means being prepared and making sure you can rebuild. Fairfax County is one of only 30 communities in Virginia, which is about 10% of all Virginia NFIP communities, that participate in FEMA's Voluntary Community Rating System program. The county currently maintains a Class 6 rating in the CRS program that provides NFIP policyholders with a 20% discount on their flood insurance and is currently working towards improving its CRS rating. For life-threatening flooding emergencies, always call 911. For drainage concerns that are not in the right-of-way, contact the Maintenance and Stormwater Management Division of DPWES. In 2022, the United States Army Corps of Engineers proposed a potential federally funded flood mitigation project to protect the Bellevue, New Alexandria, and River Towers communities. The proposed project was not supported by the community. Shifting the wall to National Park Service property was deemed infeasible due to unjustifiable costs, and the National Park Service was not supportive of any structure on park property. The Corps of Engineers was not able to provide alternative solutions to the one offered, and this federal project did not move forward. The county continues to develop and implement flood risk awareness outreach programs to improve the flood resilience. Are you prepared? You can take steps to protect yourself and your family. Simple actions like having an emergency kit, making and practicing an evacuation plan, staying informed, considering flood-proofing, and getting flood insurance can make a huge difference. We encourage all residents in this area to subscribe to Fairfax Alerts, including Riverwatch, a Fairfax Alerts group designed to send local information. Follow official county social media accounts for real-time updates. Fairfax County continues to develop and implement flood risk awareness outreach programs to improve the resilience of community residents. For more information on flood preparedness, visit Fairfax County's official website and sign up for local flood alerts.